If you've been scrolling the last few days, you've probably seen a bunch of videos like this.
Alright, I'm gonna show you how to do the perfect everyday glam. First step, blush. Just grab a ton of it, swirl it around.
Everybody, it's Michael here, and I am so happy today. I got somebody really special to introduce to you. Check it out. This is my new friend.
Hi, I'm Walter. Pleasure to meet all of you.
Please don't do this on my face. Take a little titanium white, just a touch, and let it dance right up here into the sky.
This is because OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, have just released an update to their AI video generator, Sora, called Sora 2. And as you can see, this thing is incredibly powerful. Watching all of these videos kind of just sent me into a cycle of existential dread and a little bit of depression, because with Sora 2,
there's a man on the racetrack. That is Stephen Hawking. Oh my word.
I think it could potentially change and destroy the film industry, content creation, and potentially the internet, even our own sense of reality as we know it. In this video, I'm going to discuss that a little bit more. So my first thoughts watching these videos, like, yes, they're really funny. They're really engaging. I mean, you've got like Michael Jackson fighting with that Austrian painter.
You don't talk to me like that, man! Shut up! Hey, sit down! Get your hands off me!
You've got SpongeBob getting arrested. It looks really realistic. It's these ridiculous situations that are just so funny to me. I love watching these videos, but that just I did that, and then that got me thinking for a second, why the hell is anyone gonna want to tune into me and hear me talk about movies when you can go and see the most interesting whatever you could think of generated by AI? And then on top of that, I could go, theoretically, because there's a bunch of content creators that have had their likeness put into this thing, I could just type in prompts and generate 100 videos of myself doing something more interesting than just sitting here and talking to you. And you could say, well, no, I don't want to watch AI slop. I care about authenticity. But the problem is, we've gotten to a point now where maybe people have that view, but you can't actually tell now whether some of this stuff is AI. And again, even with people caring about authenticity and watching content from real humans, do our brains actually think that way? Because we are all wired to be addicted to the most potent drug on earth, that is dopamine. And speaking for myself, I get 10 times more dopamine watching.
Listen to this place. Abraham Lincoln is here on Raw. He's got a chance. Leans back. Davis gets one too.
Versus just some person like me talking about movies. It's sad, but it's true. And then on top of it, I'm sitting here spending, 7 hours of my life just in a room on my computer making videos that are authentic, that come from my heart and soul, like this one. But then they put them up on YouTube and they get 100 views. 300 views, or on Instagram they do okay, but they're nowhere near the numbers of these AI generated videos that probably only took 10 to 15 minutes to make, somebody just typing in a prompt. So the whole thing just feels depressing to me, because am I wasting my time doing this? I mean, I know these are first world problems. There's so much worse things happening to people in the world, I know, but hearing about this new technology that people are just generating things with a snap of their fingers just makes me go, how on earth am I going to be able to compete with that? And if you're a content creator, maybe you're thinking the same thing. I mean, who knows? It is very easy to overreact and say that this is going to be life-changing when it might not actually be. And a little bit later in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why this could actually be a good thing.
Cappy Pappy, one-on-one, gliding past the last man, still Cappy Pappy, strikes! Oh, it's it!
If we go and think about the film industry, well, in terms of animation, you've already got like seamless, perfect videos of SpongeBob with all the character voices just put into there.
Hi, strangers. Who wants a Krabby Patty?
Rick, we're underwater. How are we breathing?
Cartoon physics, Morty.
Yo, Sponge, this stuff looks extra crystally, like restaurant quality.
We don't call it stuff, Patrick. It's blue barnacle. Purest you'll find under the sea.
Yes, there's a little bit of, AI jankiness here and there, but all in all, on the whole, it looks incredibly authentic, which is genuinely terrifying because what, is that going to take away the need for any kind of animators? All the sound design and voices are in there. Is that going to take away the need for voice actors, CGI, VFX? It seems like that's going to be out the window much sooner than we thought. We all kind of saw this coming, but this kind of leap into the level of customization and realism, I know it's short clips, but I feel like this is so close to just hitting the film industry hard. Talking about bringing back actors from the dead, half of these videos are Michael Jackson and it's got his voice perfect. What's to stop them from doing that with other actors? I guess only if they've signed forms that say they don't allow their likeness to be used. But again, it's a scary prospect. It can be exciting, but it's scary.
Hey, it's me, out here in the woods, and look who I ran into. This is the most beautiful creature, right? Whoa! Oh my gosh, okay, he's leaving, I'm alright. Whew!
You might have heard about this AI-generated film called Critters that's apparently in the works, where they're pretty much using all AI-led software with the writing, character design, animation. Apparently it's got some human involvement, but that kind of ChatGPT-led sort of Mid-Journey-ish technology now seems old and defunct compared to this new Sora technology. It is crazy how fast this thing is moving. And again, will audiences value authenticity? I think there definitely is a bit of an anti-AI sentiment in the general population, but again, it's getting to a point where your average person is not going to be able to tell the difference if they're not told. So how can this be a positive thing for society, for content creation, for creativity? Well, I think if we get to a point where people are so tired of AI that they really do value authentic human beings behind the camera, maybe that could send us to a renaissance of filmmaking and content creation where people are really searching to have a genuine connection with someone. And that goes back to the early days of the internet, what it was meant to be about. But the idea of verification of real human beings starts to get into that dodgy territory where the internet's no longer a place where you can be anonymous, where everything you do is going to be linked to your identity, and that has a whole bunch of ethical problems that come with it. So that's kind of concerning. In terms of monetization and copyright with this, maybe the companies that are impacted by this kind of software mining their IP are going to really push for strict monetization controls. And again, maybe that could be helpful, because if you can't monetize this AI content, it's only going to be made for entertainment rather than weaponized for money making, and that might mean the content is better. But again, like, we are all just so dopamine addicted, and again, it's so fun watching these videos. Like, just to be able to think of anything and generate it is an unbelievable level of technology that we are witnessing, and it's fun. It's so fun to look at these, to make these. Yeah, I just thought, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to make a video and yap about it onto YouTube and see if any of you guys have had the same thoughts. And who knows, maybe this is going to be the least of our problems when an actual super intelligence is born. Because I was talking about this with a friend the other day, shout out to Jack. All this prediction of how AI generated video is going to go, it's coming true. We've seen it coming from years ago, and we've had the same predictions about a super intelligence being born and potentially choosing to wipe out humanity. How far away are we from that happening? And what guardrails are in place to stop that? Because right now it doesn't really seem like there are any. So that is kind of scary. Sorry to end the video on a bit of a disturbing note, but that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.